Hello everyone. Thought we should be doing a different video today. We're gonna start playing a game called Ark Survival Evolved. First thing we're gonna make is pickaxe. We need more that. There we go. Wait for that to stop. And put it into your inventory. Then usually what I do next is I get the stuff to make a torch. It's pretty easy, just use the pickaxe on a rock. It's best at getting flint, and you craft the torch. And Jesus Christ, what did I just hear? Yeah, as you can see, Arkveria isn't very, shall I say, pleasant at night. Pegomastax. Where is it? There it is. I don't think I can open this. I think I gotta. Oh, jeez. Hope I don't run into any Zons or anything. Or maybe attack the Rashes. That's what happens when you hit a Pegomastax with a torch. It breaks. Jesus, how did that thing get up there so quick? Where's it? Noise. You can also, as a starter tip, you can pull rocks off the beach if a little handle come up above your XP bar. You just press triangle and you'll pick them up. And then there's these things, trilobites. You can kill them and they'll give you silica pearls, black pearls, meat, and oil. But they don't give you much, so it isn't really worth it. It isn't worth the time trying to kill it, in my opinion. The best thing to do when you spawn in is usually you're going to want to make yourself the essential tools and then start up a little thatch base. You don't have the Ingram points, but also you might usually want to make you a couple spears and a campfire. so you can cook your raw meat. Oh yeah, also, pickaxes are good at getting thatch. They're better than axes, but the axes will get more wood. And so right now that I know of, there are two ways to start a fire. You can put thatch into it, which can be used as fuel for it, wood, or spark powder, and that's all I know of currently. And you wait for that to finish. Usually, another good thing to do in the start is make you a spear. That's gonna help with a few things like killing animals, my favorite, fishing, and some other things that we'll get into later. And there's also the upgraded version of a spear, a pike. That thing does a lot more damage, but you can't throw them like you can with spears. That's the one downside about them. And then there are berries. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of berries. You have mejoberries. You want to use those if you're starving to eat them or tame herbivores such as Listosauruses, dodo birds, other things like that. Then there's elderberries. They're another good thing to eat, and they're also the second best at taming animals. Then you have tinto berries. They don't very do much. They can make red dye, though. The amar berries, they don't do much either, except make yellow dye. And then there are the stem berries, which in my opinion, they're pretty good. Say you were in the swamp and a titan boa comes up next to you and knocks you out. If you have a teammate with you, they can put stem berries into your inventory and they'll press R2 and that'll help you wake up faster. That's why they're called stem berries. Oh, also at the bottom you can see a fireball. What that means is that you're overheating, and you'll know this when the sky starts turning red. So what you're gonna want to do when you're overheating is you're gonna want to make cloth clothing, which that'll cool you down, but it has the least amount of armor and resistance to damage. But at the cost of a lot of fiber, but they're also kind of the easiest, because you only use fiber to make them. As well, you can change the skin of them. Usually, it's the cloth hat that you can change the look of most of the time. So I can say you have Arc Aberration, and it'll give you this Aberration helmet skin. You can apply it to the cloth hat, and you can put it on, and it looks like an Aberration helmet. And then usually, still if you're overheating after putting on cloth clothing, you usually would want to get into the water, but don't run out of oxygen, because you will die, and it will make you run out of stamina the longer you're under, which is a thing you need to look out for. And then there's rain. It sucks. Just in general, it just sucks. Doesn't do anything except makes you cold and wet, but that's about it. Oh, I left out one berry. It's called the narco berry. It'll narc you out. It'll knock you out if you eat too many. And something to look out for in the water. There are manta rays, which they'll swim like about up to here, trying to attack you. As well, there are megalodons, mosasaurs, jellyfish. I usually like killing this thing. They'll give you something called biotoxin, which we will get into later. And then there's those things, they just give you oil, which is good for once you get a fabricator. If you combine that oil with leather, you'll get gasoline, which is used to power the fabricator. Usually when you're starting out, the cooked food that the highest amount of cooked food you'll usually want to eat and not use it all up is usually 7, depending on if you level up your hunger or not. Later as we progress further into this game, I will be making a raft, because I know this area very well. And right over there, about where the tip of my spear is, there's a waterfall where it's amazing to make camp. And I think that we should start moving down there right now. Crap, didn't mean to light that. And there we go, I'm gonna demolish it. Demolishing it gives you partial resources you put into making it, but not all of them. Like you just saw me destroy it, didn't give me the wood back. And then now in the corner, bottom right corner, you'll see a small fireball, which just means that you're in the base stage of overheating. This right here is a Triceratops. Nothing really to say about them, but if you do hit them, or hit anything that's herbivorous and won't hurt you around it, it will charge at you and usually kill you. But the best way to stop that is to put down a spike wall, and then wait for it to ram into that spike wall, you want to stand really close to the spike wall and it'll start trying to hit you. And when it hits the spike wall, when anything hits the spike wall, you included, will take damage. Not a very large amount, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 damage. Which, and these are dodos. Nothing much to say about them. They're cute, and they're good to have as companions. The real only thing that they can do special about them, they have the fastest mating process, and their eggs, they hatch the quickest. Oh, yeah, that right there, yeah, that's a manta ray. Don't mess with them. It'll mess you up. Now that right there, I just usually call them dolphins. But they'll swim next to you if you're in the water deep enough. If you're deep enough in the water, they'll swim next to you, and they'll want you to feed them. Like, watch. Bad example, but I'm gonna get some oxygen. Maybe I'll try again. I also don't want to whip those manta rays. That's a saber-toothed salmon. They travel in packs. They're extremely easy to kill, and they give you raw prime fish meat, which is good to have if you're trying to stop yourself from starving. But it spoils very quickly. And that thing's a piranha. They're horrible to deal with. You can start hitting them, and they'll act like nothing's happening. They'll just swim away. But they also usually travel in packs, just like the saber-toothed salmon, but they're more deadly. That's the Pteranodon. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You can fly around on them, but that's only when you're, I think it's in the 40s level around. They can pick you up, they can do kind of like a torpedo spin, I guess you could say. They spin around in the air, makes them move really fast, but it does decent damage when you're trying to hit something. Oh, and this thing, these hold explorer's notes. And once you pick them up, they give you an XP boost. This is about the obelisks. And now, as you can see, you have that level up booster in the bottom left, or bottom right. And I've already leveled up 3 times from it. It's pretty useful to have when you want to level up. is a swamp, and those huge trees at the tip of my spear, it's called a redwood biome. Never go into it. They're one of the most dangerous biomes. I think they're second most, because they carry saber-toothed tigers, packs of terror birds, raptors, paracitheriums, which the paracitheriums, if I'm saying that right, all they do really is they just they're kind of like long necks, but they're a lot faster and they're smaller. That's a parasaur right there, running away from a dillo. That's a level 33 dillo. These dillos, they will spit in your face if they get the chance to. And this thing right here is called a parasaur. They're basically kind of camels, a little bit. You can think of them as that. They're nice to have because they can carry a decent amount, and they can run kind of fast. But they can run a decent speed. And that is a Sarco right there. If you didn't see that. Okay, now it sees me. Yeah, never mess with those things. They will mess your day up. To put it nicely. That's an Oviraptor. They don't do much. You get too close to them, they just run away. Usually. Like that. Is this Sarco still following me? No, but it's about to be following that Ovi. What was that? I just heard a compy. Where is it? Okay, and then there are these little buggers. They travel in packs, and they are dangerous. They look cute until they start attacking. They will mess you up if you don't have the right equipment. But they're easy to kill though, they don't have much health. Right over here is the waterfall. It's a good starter base for when you're just starting out in Ark. One of the things pickaxes are good at is getting the meat off of animals, dead animals. And then the axes, they're primarily used for hide. Unless it's a fish. Fishes don't give you hide. Oh, and that thing right there, look at my spear right there. It's a beehive. Don't shoot it. Don't mess with it. Don't do anything to it. It'll leave you alone as long as you leave it alone. Because if you do enough damage to it, its queen will come out with, if you, like, say, fire an arrow at it, a small swarm of bees will come out and start attacking you. They're not very hard to kill, but they're annoying. they're annoying to deal with. And above this waterfall is another one, and above that waterfall is another one. This is a stack of waterfalls. They're just kind of spread out. Oh yeah, these things, training dummies, don't waste your stuff on them. All they do is just see what your DPS is, and it's not very useful. And they don't give you anything for, like, hitting it, except for the damage you do. They just say how much damage, and that's it. It's kind of dumb, but... And right here is one of the best places to set up at. You have a forest right there, bunch of wood. You got a river right down there, so you got a lot of fish meat. And then you got right there, that hill. Stay away from that. Just put it nicely, because there are alpha raptors. Sorry, I paused there for a second. That's a huge Sarco in the water. I'm gonna have to deal with that in a second. Yeah, and you take fall damage very easily, so watch out for that. Oh, when you hit a rock with an axe, that's best for just getting stones. Only I can make crank arrows right now, I'd tame that Sarco. If I knew where it went. Oh yeah, the berries, they will spoil, but they don't spoil into anything, they just spoil and then they're just gone. That's really it. Oh, and also it's best to save up your engram points, because you will need to use them eventually. Because there will be stuff that's like 10, 14, 15 engram points a piece, like... Okay. Bad example about throwing a spear. And why is it running? Never mind, it's not running. It's running at me. Oh yeah, do not get anywhere close to these Sarcos. Unless they're dead.
think I'm about to have just enough time to... Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, that's what they do if you get close. Oh my god, that was a good example, but yeah, you need to watch your surroundings, because they are quiet when they walk, if they want to be. He's running this, that means he's low. But don't go into the water with it. Yeah, like that, because it goes fast underwater. Like, I mean, so fast it ain't even funny. It's so close to dying. Come on, man. I just need one more spear. There we go. That's how you kill a Sarco. I mean, unless you got, like, a bow and arrow or something. And it's a lot easier if you got a bow. Wow, metal hatchet. Yay. Wasn't expecting that off this thing. But I wouldn't recommend using it as soon as you get it, because once it breaks, you need to have a smithy to repair it. And you don't get a smithy until level... Level 20 is when you get a smithy. And even when you unlock the smithy engram, you also have to have a refining forge that's right there. You have to smelt the metal into metal ingots. And it takes 2 metal to make 1 metal ingot. And once you make that metal ingot, it takes 6, I think, metal ingots to make a smithy, including some other things. And that's 12 metal. Yeah, it's not very easy to make a smithy. It's kind of hard to find, metal. It's not that easy to get unless you have a metal hatchet. Then it's easy, but other than then, not at all easy. Oh, another good investment of points is into fortitude or water, movement speed, or health, and maybe stamina.
Because fortitude is how hard it takes, or how hard it is to knock you out. And how fast you reawake. Movement speed is just how much faster you move. And water, leveling up in water, it just makes it to where it takes longer for your water to deplete. And you can always just like go up to the water and press triangle on it, and you'll get it. But and you can also make a water skin, a water jar, or a canteen. They all can hold water. But the bad thing about having a water skin though is that it leaks water very slowly. And then the water jar, it's pretty good to have. There's no real downsides of it, but it just doesn't hold very much water. And then there's the canteen, which doesn't leak any, and can hold the most amount of water. Oh, and the things you see in that water are coelacanths. They are the most common type of fish in Ark. They will not hurt you, no matter what you do. Even if you hit it, it'll just run away or swim away. Other than that, they're pretty innocent. You can also tame them. You can tame them, and that's kind of hard because you got to get them into a fish basket, which is not easy at all. I wish I was working. See, there's another waterfall, and I'm pretty sure there's another one above it, but I'm not, like, for sure. Right here is kind of like a swamp area. I can have... Oh god. That's a Sarco. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, Sarcos kind of thrive in swamps, and there's like a lot of them. So unless you go prepared, don't go into swamps. Like, if you have a bow and arrow or a crossbow or something like that, that'll be fine, but if you're just using spears, you're most likely gonna die. But again, nicely.
There he is. Hey, bud. Yeah, run! I think I'm dead. I'm dead. Dang it. Well, had a good run. Good game. I'm dead. And I'm dead. I think this is where I'm gonna leave it. Well, I will see you guys next time. Bye.